And we're live. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Four Quarters. All sports, every day, all day. And she's a babe. I really got to stop talking about Aaron Rodgers.
My money's on that.
And to no surprise, my shout out, Caitlin Clark.
Good. Okay. How's that, everyone?
And we're back.
Hopefully we have audio now.
Chime in if you can hear or not hear us.
Yes.
If we're moving our lips and you're not hearing anything.
If you all just have to read our lips, I mean, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. I was never any good at that.
No. We talk fast. We talk all over the place. We're chewing gum at the same time.
who knows?
What do we think, CB?
Oh, yep, we got it.
We're good?
All right, we're good to go.
All right, so
now
we'll take it from.
we're going to
We'll just start all over.
That's Diana Taurasi.
That's fine.
She deserves it.
She does.
Okay,
She
we won't
does.
start the show till now.
So
We're
my
good.
shout
Thanks,
out
CB.
today is for Diana Taurasi, who officially announced her retirement from the WNBA. And like you said, we were giving her all the time in the world.
Whatever
Take
she
all
needed,
the
take it.
time you want.
Take it.
She's the reason why I started to watch and love women's basketball.
Amen,
As
sister.
a freshman at UConn, I just gravitated towards, I mean, she was the first female player to play with emotion.
Yeah.
And she backed it up.
And play like a guy.
And she
almost.
played like a guy.
I mean,
she absolutely did.
They all do now, but you know,
Right.
guys were
Right.
guys, and you know.
Yeah, women weren't
played
supposed
like
to
a
show
guy.
that
Yeah.
fiery emotion and like, you
And that
know.
power.
Such power.
Such power.
Such power. She's 3-time college champion, 2-time WNBA champion, 6-time Olympic champion. She's the all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. I think that's going to last for a very long time.
I do too.
Yep.
She played 20 years. 20 years. She's
That's
42 years old.
That's probably the most impressive.
That's
That's
just
the most
so
impressive line.
impressive.
She's 42 and has played 20 years of competitive basketball.
And
I'm
has,
sorry.
And
Wear
has
and tear on your body.
right? And you know, there's a part of me that wishes she would play one more year and it would be her like send off and her
Yeah.
last hurrah,
Yep.
like Sue Bird did.
Yep.
And she gets, you know, all this stuff. But she did it her way, like she's done
Yep.
her whole career.
Yep.
I will miss watching her.
too.
I wish that I would have seen her play live.
That's the thing. I wanted her to come
yeah.
back, and I'm like, okay, we're all going to Mohegan
Yeah,
Sun.
yeah. She is to me the GOAT.
Yeah,
of women's
absolutely.
basketball, 100%. They call it.
Absolutely.
She's known as the White Mamba. Kobe Bryant was her idol growing up.
Yeah.
So I mean, kudos to you. What a great career.
Oh, what an amazing career. We're going to miss her.
Yeah.
Unrivaled did, I don't know if okay. Unrivaled did a real like where they do this question where you see a lot of times that teams are doing it as they're coming into wherever they're playing. They get asked a question. So Unrivaled did a question about what's your favorite Diana Taurasi memory.
Oh,
and
sweet.
like half of them were just being like getting beat to shit by her as they're just like Ray Burrell was just like, I don't even think I was like near her. I was just like cutting through the and she just boom.
Yeah.
But half of them were literally just getting beat to shit by
Yep.
Diana Taurasi.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Her relationship with Gino is just something. It's like the
don't
perfect player-coach relationship.
Perfect. You don't see that every day.
You don't.
And I think people thought they were arguing, but I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
No.
they're bantering out of respect.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
They really are bantering. I loved watching those two.
Yep.
Oh, they were fun.
For sure.
One of the quotes I read from her said, mentally and physically, I'm just full. And I
Yeah.
like the way she
Yeah.
worded it.
Yeah.
I'm just full. That's probably the best way I can describe it. I'm full and
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's married. She has 2 kids. Like, she's done everything. What else does she have left to do?
Right. She's got nothing else to
Yep.
prove.
No.
And
Nothing.
she said also, I think this week, last week, I don't know when it was, that she normally would gear up
Yep.
for her training.
Yeah.
And she just didn't. And she's like, that's when
Yep.
I knew.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what she was waiting
Yeah.
for. There's
Yeah,
going to be
for
a
sure.
sign somewhere. And
I mean, Sue Bird said the same thing. Like, she just knew when she was like, ugh, I really, like, I don't want to start this
Right.
now.
Right.
So,
that's when you know.
yep. So kudos to her and staying on one team the whole time, and her whole career in the WNBA.
That's incredible.
Which is awesome.
That I
Yeah.
love
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Yep.
For the Phoenix Mercury. So I will miss watching her. I just loved her. And
It's a huge loss, but
it is a huge loss, but
kudos to
she's
her.
the GOAT.
Yep.
She's the GOAT. And also the ESPN college softball rankings are out again after the 3rd week. We have the Longhorns are 2. It's okay, it's still early. Florida is 3. Obviously, I'm skipping who's 1.
Oh, I was going to say,
no.
I was going to say
4 is UCLA, 5
Hey.
is Texas A&M, 6 LSU, 7 Tennessee, 8 Florida State, 9 Duke. Do not sleep on Duke.
Duke.
I tell you what, they have this incredible lefty pitcher. Her last name is Shard. She is amazing.
and loved them the last 2 to 3
and
seasons. Yeah.
Anna Gold, who again is from Ballston Spa, New York, who I coached when she was this big. She was named the they were just in that tournament.
Oh, in Clearwater?
Yes. No, the one after that. I can't remember. But anyway, she
so
was
stuck on
she was put
Clearwater,
on. Her and Chard were named to the all tournament team for that. And then Arizona coming back in the top 10. So, and yes, for Jen Esteville, Oklahoma is number 1. Yay, yippee,
Texas
what a
lost-
surprise.
They lost recently, a tough one.
They did.
I can't remember, was it Florida? I can't remember who it was. If Jen's listening, she'll know.
I know.
But a lot of ball.
Oh my God, so much. And so many upsets already.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
UCLA's
Texas
doing
lost to
this.
Stanford.
Stanford,
Yeah.
okay.
But Oklahoma right now is 14-0. Yippee, woohoo. Texas 15-1.
Wah, wah, wah.
Florida 18-1, and then UCLA 14-2. I mean, the top teams are doing their
Yep.
job.
Yep.
They're beating who they're supposed to beat.
Exactly.
So college softball, man, it's crazy to think that they're already like 20 games in.
That's the thing.
That's insane.
It's insane.
When we get into it, really get into it, like,
It's May.
yeah,
pretty
April,
much.
and we're like, what do you mean you're 30-2?
Yeah.
We haven't even been outside.
What do you mean it's the SEC tournament? Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, although I did yesterday, because yesterday was warm, there were 2 kids in our neighborhood playing baseball.
I love it.
Catcher's gear, pitching, all dolled out. I'm
Sign of
like, I
spring.
love this. I
And
love
I
it.
saw a robin today, too. That's a sign of spring.
Yep.
Yes, for
Sitting
sure.
right
So-
outside my window.
So those are my shout outs. I know everyone's probably like, oh my God, no Caitlin Clark shout out.
It's
but
'cause Diana
but
Taurasi
Diana
deserved-
Taurasi deserved it all on her own.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. What's your gut, CB?
We'll start with the dog.
Oh, yay!
Hold on, it says hold on, we're connecting to your channels. Are we still going?
Another dog for Bo.
Yes.
Is he ever going to get one? You keep telling him, but.
And then every time I really get, like, not serious, but I go, oh, it's going to hurt his feelings. He's going to be so sad.
What is going on?
It's going to take attention away from him.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Do you want me to go?
No, I guess maybe chat's not working,
Oh,
but that's fine.
okay.
Oh, bummer. But that's fine.
Hold on, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out after I do. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
The
it's back.
dog's very important right now.
Okay, I think it's. We'll see. Anyway, doggo. This week, this pick of the week is Bo.
Get out.
Get out of here, Bo, man!
A 16-month-old golden mix.
Perfect for
from-
Bosef,
from
Bo
Team
Jr.
Golden Hugs. He's in his sophomore year.
Oh.
So
16 months.
he knows his basic commands.
He's a golden what?
He's a golden mix.
Mix. What's he
guys,
look like?
He's very goldenish. And
Lab, do you think?
I don't know. He's very fluffy. He's got a wide head, so maybe a little
box
pit,
head?
little
Okay.
pit in there.
I'll have to look at the pic after.
He's beautiful.
need
He's
to
like
put the
that
screen up.
he's like that deep golden, and his personality is very much golden-like. So
Needy.
so doesn't do great in the crates. And doesn't do great home alone for long periods of time.
They want people.
Yep.
They want people.
He's your typical golden
Yep.
Velcro dog. He'll follow you into all of the rooms. So he loves spending time with his team. But he's also a 16-month-old boy dog, so he's very distractible.
Yeah.
And doesn't have great recall. So he definitely needs.
Oh, so he's the male version of Avery.
Yeah.
Solid.
When I was writing this up, I was like, "Oh, we'll get lost in the woods." I was like, "Oh wait."
We know just
We know
the counterpart.
There need another dog.
Yeah, okay.
So yes, needs to be on a leash. Needs to have a
Oh,
fully
I'm not
fenced-in
used to
yard.
leashes.
But loves to go on adventures. Guys,
There's a difference, though, and this is just me, between a male and a female golden. Because
Just
my
male
girl
and female
Bailey,
dogs, I
for
think.
17 years, never on a leash. Never. I could bring her anywhere. I could bring her to anyone's house, leave her outside, or be outside with her. She would never wander off. And she had a mind of her own. She did not need the Velcro.
Yep.
Whereas Bo
Oh,
needs
boy.
the Velcro.
Yeah, he
You know, he needs a leash sometimes.
He literally has to be pet 24/7.
24/7.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Just ask Jen. All right, Bo is 16 months old.
Yes.
Okay.
Go, Bo, go.
I'll show you pictures after.
Yeah, show me pics after.
He's so.
Hey, Bo.
Next.
You got a lot of shouts, don't you?
CB does
I got
today.
just a couple.
Yeah, a couple big ones, though.
But the next one is Nafisa Collier winning the one-on-one tournament.
And I was dialed in.
Yes.
I was dialed in, and I've actually watched 3 games since they've started up too. I still got to learn the rosters here.
Yeah.
But that one-on-one was fun.
Yep.
It was fun.
Kudos to Aaliyah Edwards.
Yeah, right?
Yes,
Who
amen.
just was, I think she was like the what was
Eighth
she?
seed.
Eighth seed.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And just coming in strong, mobile. She's got some handles on her. But Nafisa won the 200,000. And the even bigger shout out is that she's giving half of her winnings to the
Love
assistant
this.
coaches and the training staff on her team.
Love that.
So that was really, really
And her
awesome.
teammates get 10K anyways.
Her teammates
That
get-
was
Which is
just
crazy.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, 10K. Here you go.
yeah.
Because she lost game 1, right? Edwards won game 1.
Edwards
Collier
won.
won the next 2.
Yep.
Wore her down. Collier's
Her
so
conditioning.
smooth.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Her
Freaking
fitness is
smooth.
insane.
Yep.
Did you see her kid after the game?
Her kid is so cute.
So cute. I'm like,
cute.
oh my God.
So cute.
You had the Yukon connection out there.
Oh yeah, 3 out of the 4
Yeah.
finalists. It was
Yeah.
only Enrique wasn't from UConn.
Yep.
Gino was beaming, and Collier's the only one that didn't really flame out as a number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which I
that's
too flamed out.
I mean, I tell you what,
was
Brianna
fun.
Stewart, there's something wrong.
okay. Can we talk?
Thank you.
We-
We'll unpack. Let's unpack that.
I think I think
Unpack it.
physically there's something wrong.
I
Right.
think so too.
Because I was just saying, it blows my mind because Aaliyah Edwards and her are on the same team.
Right,
and
on their
Aaliyah-
unrivaled team.
Unrivaled.
Yeah,
Unrivaled
on
team.
their unrivaled team.
And Aaliyah Edwards is riding the bench for most of these games,
Yeah.
and they're playing Stewie, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Stewie went like 3 for 10 and just missing bunnies.
Yeah.
Yes.
missing
Yeah.
bunnies.
Yeah.
The games I watch, she has not been good.
You're like, huh.
Her
Yeah.
defense is still there, but her offense is just
Yeah, I don't know.
nowhere to be seen.
Do you think she's got the championship hangover?
I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't know if that's a thing. But
I mean,
they
she
say
didn't
it
play
is.
great in the finals. I didn't think that
She
No,
did not, because remember
she
she
did
was
not.
missing
Yeah.
foul shots.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Thank God for Ionescu.
I don't know. She just
Ionescu-
looks different out there.
Ionescu also not playing great.
No,
guys.
Ionescu is
And it's
struggle
a great
city.
because we were
So-
talking about that. I think you were,
Yeah.
you were back there. We were like, Stewie. You know,
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Will the Liberty are the Liberty fans freaking out yet?
Yeah, they should be.
They should be.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to whiteboard question that one because I thought I had the Liberty as the favorites, but I don't.
No,
No,
That's all
I
I'm gonna
don't.
say right now.
nope.
And then Lori and I had the same picture. And
Our
that
gal.
is our gal, Asia Wilson, one of the women of the year for Time Magazine.
Love that. Hey,
Well
just keep-
deserved.
Just keep lifting up women,
Yep.
people.
Olympic gold medal, 1,000 points, first 1,000-point season, and her 3rd MVP.
She's dating somebody on the Miami Heat.
Bam.
Is it Bam Adebayo?
Yeah, they've been
Okay.
dating for like 4 years.
Oh wow.
Shut the
Yeah.
front door. So I saw her at a game. She was on ESPN. I thought it was new.
Like, no,
That's hilarious.
Like 3 or 4 years.
Hilarious.
And what's even more
That's
funny
hilarious.
is the WNBA social medias like completely like blowing, like just giving her total shit for it because they never made it like official until
Gotcha.
like her.
So they
like,
wanted their
jersey.
private life
Right.
kept private,
Right.
which is hard to do. But
Yeah.
And then Dawn Staley had a really funny one because Asia sent Dawn a pair of like these exclusive versions of her new shoe coming out.
Gotcha.
And it's like this black label, and it said, it might have said BAM. I don't know what it was. It is like black something. I don't know. And Dawn's like, not for the reason that you think it is. Nishanda says, Asia, man, gotta love her.
Gotta
Yes,
love her.
Absolutely.
the sad thing for her though is she's gonna have to carry her team this
Yeah.
year. She
Yo,
doesn't
no,
have
Chelsea Gray's been fucking lighting it up
Okay.
in Unrivaled. She's
I-
back.
They need Jackie Young though too.
Yeah,
and that,
well, no, Jackie's knees
I can
are-
say
Yeah.
what we were just saying about Brianna.
Yeah.
I look at Jackie Young and go, "Boo."
Yep.
Yeah, she's injured.
Yeah, and they've
And
lost
she
a
keeps trying
couple.
to push through, and
Yeah.
I'm like, just sit.
Didn't Clark leave?
Alicia,
Yeah.
Clark left.
And that's huge. She's
Sid
like a
left.
leader too.
Yeah, Sid Colson left.
And obviously Kelsey Plum's
Right.
not there.
Kelsey
Right.
Plum's
And
not
I
there.
don't think Jewel Lloyd. I don't know.
I think it's going to be different. I don't know.
I'm just looking at one team, but then with all the movement, because there was so much.
So
movement.
much.
Actually, I think there's 2 teams. But with all the movement, we got to see how does everything fit
Right.
on these teams.
Right.
Like Phoenix is completely,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
completely got a facelift.
Yeah.
So it's going to take time.
Yeah.
But we'll talk later about our picks.
Yeah.
Good job, CB. Good job, you guys. You good? I don't know. I'm going to be all over the place. I don't even know if it's shout out. I'll do shout outs first. I wanted to give a shout out. This is a week late to the Four Nations hockey tournament. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was absolutely amazing. Sweden, Finland, U.S., and Canada. Obviously, everybody wanted what they wanted
Right.
in the final. That was goddamn good hockey.
Yeah, it was.
That was great hockey.
I mean, literally, 9 seconds into the game, there's
Ah.
fighting, and it's like...
and overtime, and I'm sorry. Yes, of course, we all want the U.S. to win, but you cannot leave Connor
No.
McDavid.
No.
There was nobody around him.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, it's Connor McDavid.
Right.
I got to give the Canadian goalie, he had some saves in OT to his glove side that in the overtime that I was just like, both teams though. But we got what we wanted, and I don't watch enough hockey, but when I do, I just, out of this world, I just love watching hockey. Big shout out to Hal Steinbrenner, George's son.
Wow, what?
For
Is this for the
dropping
beard?
the
The beard?
ban, the 49-year
thing?
ban on beards for the New
Yeah.
York Yankees. I don't know if I want to shout out that or shout down that.
Yeah.
You guys are Yankee fans. They're a clean-cut group.
Yeah.
Is it because
I mean, it
of
still has to
society
be
we live in
clean.
now?
It
It
still
does
has
have
to
to
be
be
clean.
clean.
It still has to
Yeah.
be clean. It can't be like oh God, what was that guy?
I know who you're talking. The outfielder.
Yes.
The outfielder. Right?
Yes. Anyways, it still has to be clean, but I mean,
It
it's
does.
time.
Is it time?
It's time.
That's what I want to know.
I think
Is it
so.
time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think they.
That's why I put it out there.
Because that's their his whole deal
Right.
was he wanted to still attract talent and
Right.
not have them not come to the Yankees.
Right, because
of,
they
of the
something
grooming.
silly
Facial
like that.
hair is very important.
You
to
know
men
who
in
gave
this
them
day and
shit
age.
though for it? Johnny Damon.
He's the first person that comes to mind.
Do you guys remember what he looked
gave
like
him-
with the socks?
Because he went from like a caveman
Yep.
to,
Yeah. He gave them shit.
Did he
for
really?
Going back on. Yeah.
Okay. I don't blame him.
no.
Yep.
I don't blame him. I just want to give a big shout out to the volunteers. As basketball season, hockey season starts to close, we had a BYSA night a couple of weeks ago. I was broadcasting a game on Saturday where it was Berlin Youth Program up at U32. So it's like 3-4, 5-6, 1-2. And I don't think the volunteers get enough pats on
Yeah.
the back. There's all these parents out there with these youngins, and they're doing like, they're not really scrimmaging. They're doing, what am I trying to say?
Like horse or
Yeah, but what's the other one?
knockout.
Knockout,
Yeah.
thank you. They're playing
Yeah.
knock, and there's like 30 kids. So CB's got some pictures, and they're just so fun to watch. And parents are trying to get them to focus
Yeah.
and try to come in a little bit because you can't shoot from the foul
Right,
line. You
but
know,
they think
you're
they can,
13,
yeah.
And they all want to win knockout, but it's like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And some of them only get one shot.
Yeah.
And they're doing a little scrimmaging. The Berlin side was at U32. And to me, I call it future night because when I was a head coach at Northfield, we would have it, and we would have scrimmages. And it's just great to see.
Yeah.
And it's great to put these little kids out there where the bleachers are
Oh, they love
packed.
it. They love
and
it.
they're out there. And I just want to give a big shout out to parents, volunteers, and coaches.
Yeah.
And the parents are really the volunteers
Yep.
and the coaches. So
Yep,
a
they wear
big
3
shout
hats
out.
usually, yes.
Big
for sure.
shout out to them. Some of the best things that I've heard, and we already did Diana Taurasi, is did you know that the NFLPA does a survey on owners the players do? I've never heard of this. So I'm just going to read
I
it.
feel like I knew that.
The players answered the survey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jets owner Woody Johnson received an F from players who responded to an NFLPA survey. The
Wow.
report card that they call
Woo.
it included responses from nearly 1,700 active NFL players, had Johnson as the only owner to get a failing grade.
Wow.
The only other three that got D's were Patriots owner Robert Kraft, Cardinals owner Michael Bidwell, and Panthers owner David Tepper.
The
They got
Giants?
D's. No. Those are the only one that got D's.
Wow.
And here's the fun part, though. I have to read this. It's hardly a surprise would get such low marks after another failed season. His commitment to Aaron Rodgers, and reports that Johnson's children had made roster decisions based on John Madden ratings.
Oh.
Come on, you guys. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. And there it is.
Awesome.
One of the best things I've heard. And you know what I say to that? There's a new coach and a new general manager. And I love Aaron Glenn.
Yes,
I think he's the right
agreed.
guy for the job. Woody Johnson, get the hell away.
Yeah, yep.
Like we've always said about
Jerry Jones, yep.
Let this new GM and coach do
Yep.
their thing. It just, mind-blowing.
Wow.
Mind-blowing. So I just thought you guys might enjoy that
Wow.
one.
That was funny.
Right? Got an F, though. And I just, Woody Johnson has never been all in.
No.
He just, I own a New York team, sports
Yep.
team.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is saying that he would be thrilled with the idea of playing for the LA Rams.
That's great, but
If you're the LA Rams, do you want Aaron Rodgers?
no.
No team.
No
Another
team
great
should
thing
take him.
and when I
No
say
team.
these are not great things I've heard, these are just mind-boggling
I
things
just don't
that
like.
I'm hearing.
Where would that even? I don't even know. I don't know.
Here's one of my favorite things. So, the combine is coming up. Is it this week? I think it starts tomorrow.
Yep.
So the
You
NFL
love the combine.
Love it. I just love
Yep.
it. Going in, a lot of people don't. They wait till their pro day. So
Yep.
you're not going to see a lot of them. But
Yep.
these guys that are on the cusp or in the middle of the pack can make a name for themselves. The best thing I heard, though, coming out of the NFL draft so far, if you don't draft me, that's your fault. You got to remember, you're the same team that's got to play me for the rest of my career, and I will remember that. Do you know who said that? You would think Shedeur Sanders, right?
Right, but I know that he's not even going to the combine. So.
So Cam Ward. But tell me he's not planting a seed.
Oh, he's planting a seed.
And now Abdul Carter's like, I'm the number one pick.
Right.
Yep.
So I love it because it used to just be you had to perform. You go to the combines, you perform. You have your pro day, you perform. Now it's the trash talking is taken over.
Yep. Well, I mean, even like Amon-Ra, like when receiver came out, he constantly talks. He knows exactly
does.
every single player who was drafted before him.
He does.
Yep.
He really does.
Yep.
So I love listening to the trash talking. I mean, I don't love listening to it, but it's fun. And Cam Ward's planting that seed. If you
Yeah.
don't draft me, you got to play me for the rest of your career.
Yep.
I don't know. I know you're
I mean,
not high on
I
him.
am not. No, not at all.
Shedeur Sanders isn't even going to go to draft night. Is it in Green Bay this year?
Oh, he's not.
No,
Oh.
he said I'm not sure where I'm going to stay, Colorado or Dallas, but I'm just going to be with my family.
I find that
impressed with
I'm
that.
very impressed with that.
Yeah,
like,
too.
it's like, yeah, that's impressive.
I have to give a shout out to William Byron. You guys know who that is?
The president?
He won the 67th annual Daytona 500.
Oh, right.
Oh, that was my second guess.
Yeah.
That was my second guess.
Capitalizing on a crash between Denny Hamlin and Austin Cindric with half a lap to go.
Oh, that sucks.
We don't talk about the Daytona enough. I will say this, when I watch the last 20 laps, it is fun to watch. It really
It is. I used to watch it all the time when Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That was my guy.
I mean, that was
All the time.
Yeah, that was
Your dad liked.
Oh, loved him.
Me too.
Loved
me
him.
too, same
Yep.
way.
Yep.
What I did enjoy as well, though, is the number 84 car designed by Shaquille O'Neal. Jimmy Johnson was driving it. I thought he was long retired.
Yes.
He came in third.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Came in third, you guys. So I got to give Jimmy Johnson a huge shout out. And Shaquille O'Neal.
He has his hand in everything.
Yeah,
Literally
Edson's got to. Does he own a car?
Like
Did
everything.
He design the car? I need to be educated a little bit more on what the deal is with Jimmy Johnson. Okay. My biggest shout out, though, I've got two of them. Shout out, like to the highest mountaintops, is to Penn State volleyball coach Katie Schumacher-Cawley. She has beaten breast cancer. So congratulations, Coach, on beating cancer and winning a national championship in a time frame of a few months.
That's crazy.
For sure.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Women,
I
man.
get goosebumps, man.
Yep.
Women.
Oh, goosebumps. My last one is to Dikembe Mutombo and the NBA. They had the All-Star weekend, what was that, a week and a half ago?
Which is a joke. by the
it
way.
is a joke.
It gets worse every year.
Every year.
So this is why I was glad I read this. Commissioner Adam Silver announced the creation of a new award in honor of Dikembe Mutombo, the NBA Africa Dikembe Mutombo Global Humanitarian Award. Will recognize individuals and organizations who have made exceptional contributions to global humanitarian efforts by advancing social justice. Whew. And health equity and all of that. That Dikembe Mutombo did.
Yeah.
So good job to Coach Adam Silver, because he really is a good commissioner.
He is.
I mean, I don't watch the NBA a lot, but he's a hell of a commissioner.
He is.
So good job doing this. And I think they're going to build 55 courts. Obviously, his number was 55 in Africa as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
So kudos to Adam Silver
Nice.
and the NBA,
For sure.
because Dikembe Mutombo, great guy.
Yeah, he was.
Great guy.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Great guy. That's all I got for shout outs, shout downs.
Can I just read a couple comments?
Absolutely, go for it.
This was back when we first started. Tom says, saw her a couple times. Diana Taurasi,
Ugh.
awesome.
He did. Yep.
And
Him and
then
Mom.
Nishanda says, can we talk about the Big East? Can't wait.
Right.
We're going to get into it.
Yeah, we're going to get into
And
it.
then Nishanda says, caveman. Regarding
Johnny Damon. Yep.
One last thing, though, as I flip through all the things that I've been reading is, and I just want you guys to tell me if you believe this or not. Ryan Dunleavy of the New York Post reports that Aaron Rodgers pleaded, and pleaded is in quotes, with the Jets to keep him, and that in the final conversation with the team's new regime, aggressively urged the franchise to give him another year or two. Do you believe that?
No. Not for a second.
Not that ego, right?
No, he
No.
would never.
He wouldn't know.
That guy would never plead for anything.
Nope.
I was like, I'm
Nope.
not sure I believe that.
No.
But we're going to ask the gals and
Nope.
anybody listening, do you believe that?
No.
No.
Because I don't believe it.
Nope.
He's Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
I do think that Matthew Stafford's going to stay with the Rams. And I know
agree.
we'll talk about that. But if Aaron Rodgers is putting all his eggs in the Rams basket, you can't make it financial because
No.
Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford.
Right.
Right.
Did anybody not see that he got the Rams to the playoffs and the way he played in Philly in
Yes.
that
Yeah.
snowball?
Yep.
I mean, they should have won that game.
Right.
100%.
You don't get rid of, you don't.
No.
And I firmly think that the Rams are saying, you can go talk to other
Right.
teams. Let's see
Right.
what your value is.
Yes.
And then I think they'll come back to
Yep.
the table.
Yep.
Maybe they don't. Because there's a lot of moving pieces in the quarterback
Position. Yeah.
this offseason. It's, you still got Sam Darnold out there. I think it's going to be who do the Steelers keep first?
Yep.
Because I still think Russell Wilson is floating around there. Giants, Raiders. Sam Darnold, where's he going to go? A lot of dominoes, and I don't
Yep.
think there's ever been this many dominoes at the quarterback
Yeah.
position.
No,
Yep.
this
And it's not
it's going to be interesting.
quarterback-heavy draft.
Right.
Yep.
So as we sat there and watched 6 go in the first 12 picks.
Right.
Did you guys see the rumor that the Jets were going to trade up for the first or second pick?
Right, I
Yeah.
saw that one.
Yeah.
It was for Cam Ward too, I think.
Yep.
I mean, either one.
Good luck, Cam.
Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. I
Good luck.
think they're both on the same level. I just want to quickly give another shout out to winter sports and just say that the boys are in the quarterfinal mode. Most of the quarterfinal games will be this Friday. I think I read one on Saturday, and that was it. Next week, it's very odd for the boys. Very odd. I will talk about which divisions. And then next week, the girls will start their path to the Barry Odd, which will be the following week. Girls and boys hockey are winding up, I think, tonight. I don't know if it goes into Saturday. I know girls basketball is going right up until Saturday with makeup games. At the Odd, I just want to say that Division 4 will be on Monday. Division 2 will be on Wednesday. And Division 3 will be on a Thursday. Tuesday night is Division 1 at UVM, and Friday night's the off night. The other thing, though, that's a little different here is that it used to be 6 o'clock and 8:15. It is now 5:30 and 7:45.
I like that much better.
Yes. Me too.
Me too.
Because, I mean, let's be real. Like, last year, Otter
Let's be
Valley
real.
had like the 8:15 game, and I tell you what, I mean, it was a great game, but
Getting home
it
at
was,
10 o'clock,
yeah.
That's rough.
On a Wednesday or whatever day it was, I'm like,
a Monday?
what are we doing? So
I do like
great
that,
job
too.
to the VPA, even though
Yep.
they raised their prices.
They raised their prices, but you know,
but they changed the time, so I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
So as I just quickly look at Monday, we can't look. I'm just going to tell you that the top 4 seeds are West Rutland, Twinfield 2, Twinfield Cabot, Danville 3, and Williamstown 4. Collision course, it could be a
Yeah.
collision course in central Vermont in that division.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one that has, no, Wheels is Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
We got White River Valley in Division 3, 20-0.
Yeah. I don't think
tough.
anyone's touching them.
And Thetford's the only team I'm looking at 2.
Yeah.
Virgins 3, Richford 4, Hazen 5.
Hazen
Don't
plays their
ever count
first
them
round
out
game tonight.
tonight.
Yep.
In Division 2, we've got the Montpelier Solons, who have moved on to a Friday night game with the winner of tonight's North Country Mount Abe. But Friday, February 28th, this is Wheels. You got to get there, bud.
I know.
Otter Valley and Fairhaven.
I know for the
4 versus
third time.
5.
For the third time, people, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Fairhaven has beaten
That's
Otter
true.
Valley twice.
That's true.
Yep.
But it's at the House of Noise. So
Yep.
I'm hoping, I think Mama and Papa Wheels and Addie are going to be there.
Yep.
So I really want to go, but duty calls.
The other
So-
side of that bracket, I like Hartford, the number 2 seed,
Yeah.
but don't sleep on number 7 Lamoille.
No.
Ooh, are
No.
they fun. And on the other side is, and this is the one Saturday game, is number 6 Middlebury going up against number 3 Harwood Union.
Yep.
So lots happening. Quarterfinals for the boys. Boys hockey, girls basketball will be wrapping up this week. Get out and support. Basketball at the Odd, you can watch it on NFHS, and it's the CVTsport.net crew that will be calling for NFHS. You can watch it from anywhere in the US of A. Get to the very Odd because there's nothing better.
Nothing like it.
Than basketball
Literally
at the very
nothing
Odd.
like it.
And when you're downstairs and you hear
Yeah.
the ball bouncing, it's just,
We talked about it all weekend at our basketball tournament, all weekend, about,
right?
you know, reminiscing
Yep.
about how we never got to go. And it's like, God, it's awesome. It's awesome.
It is awesome. And our boy, I'm trying to come up with his name, Evan Bailey and Nick, help me here.
I don't remember what his last name was. I just know.
How can I be drawing a blank here? Massetti. Jeez, I am so sorry, Nick. Nick said to us that he has been counting down
Yep.
to get back to the Odd. They've got a quarterfinal game still, but I think I even saw Paul Massetti post, Nick and the boys have been waiting 52 weeks for
Yep.
this. And sorry, Nick, I just have brain fog right now. But I watched Nick play 2 weeks ago, a Saturday game over at Williamstown, and dominating that team was 1 through 10. And everyone he talked about in that preseason talk when he came
Yeah.
into the studio, he wasn't kidding.
Yeah.
They can go 1 through 10, but Twinfield's really fun.
Yeah, they
Twinfield
are.
Cabot's really
Yeah.
fun to watch too. So anyways, I digress. Get out, get to the Barry Odd. It's fun.
We'll be there all week, probably.
Yeah.
You'll be
Yeah.
you'll be broadcasting, and if not, you're doing that. We'll be watching. So
And with that being said, we don't know when our show's going to be
Right.
next week.
No idea.
Because we're right now, what were we looking at?
Friday.
Friday? Stay tuned. We will be posting it on Facebook because these next 2 weeks are going to be a little rough with the Barry Odd. We live for this time of
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
Love
we
it.
really,
Love it.
truly do. We really, truly do. With that being said, what do you guys want to talk first? NFL or do you want to talk March Madness? What do you guys want to talk? I have watched way too much women's basketball being sick. I've watched too much men's basketball. This is exciting, and there's parity.
Oh my gosh, so
Oh,
much
yes.
parity.
Yes.
And that's
All
what I love the most.
All the upsets.
And you want to know what I found myself doing that I never thought I would do? Cheering for an Alabama team.
Really?
Yes.
Or
No,
men's?
the men's.
The men's.
Yep.
Who are, don't
They
fall
are
asleep
fun
on them.
Yep.
as
Yep.
hell to
Yep.
watch.
Yep.
And their coach, man,
He's-
I love him. I love him.
He's a handsome bugger, too.
But I never thought ever in
Very
my life
handsome.
I'd cheer for any Alabama team.
I'm not sure if I have yet. I like the coach.
But I
like him
found
a
myself
lot.
cheering for them. Against Kentucky, I think it was.
There's 2 teams you can't fall asleep on, and that is Alabama, but they're up there.
They are.
But
Yeah.
a team that has just gone from 20 to 15 to 8 or 9 is St. John's.
Yeah.
Rick
Yeah.
Pitino's
Yes.
team. and don't mess with that team.
Yes.
They play effing defense.
Did
And
they
they destroyed
they just beat
UConn.
Yeah.
Destroyed
They
them.
just
Destroyed
yeah,
them.
They just
Freaking destroyed UConn because I'm like, oh, this should be a good game, and I'm like, they play freaking defense.
Nice.
I can't remember who I watched a couple weeks ago when they played, but it was a close game, went right down to the wire. It might have been when they played UConn the first time, but their defense. I'm not a Rick Pitino fan, but I respect him. I respect what he's done with
He's
this
a good coach.
program,
Yep.
and he's a hell of a coach. I think they're number 7 right now in the CBS poll that
Wow.
came out. That and Michigan State.
Yeah, you never can count out Tom Izzo.
Tom Izzo, my mom worshipped Tom Izzo and Michigan State. I watched them play Michigan on Friday, which was a big game because they were like 14 and 15. And Michigan is playing some really good ball too. First year coach, Dusty May. But Michigan State, it was defense
Yeah.
again. Michigan doesn't have that defensive standard yet. But when you look at it, my preseason pick was Duke. And I'm not wavering.
Right.
Auburn got all the first place votes coming out of last weekend for the latest poll. So Auburn is 1, Duke is 2, Florida is 3, but just got beat by Georgia last
Right.
night. Unranked Georgia.
Yeah.
So the parity again. Houston keeps hanging there.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there.
They're the team that no one talks about, though.
Right. Coach Sampson, no one talks
No
about him.
one does.
And Tennessee, don't you dare. fall
They're
asleep
fun to
on
watch
Yeah.
too.
And it's Rick Barnes. These
Yeah.
coaches have been around for 100 years,
Yeah.
and they freaking know how to coach.
Yeah.
I am telling you, I look at that and I go, Tennessee 5, Alabama 6, St. John's, Michigan State. Iowa State is solid, but they have gone down. So I expect them to come back up once their conference tournaments hit. Texas Tech keeps hanging around too.
Yep.
So in a few minutes, I'm going to ask you guys who your pick is. I'm going to stay with the Duke. I really am. But think
can't.
about it. Let it marinate a little bit. I know you can't.
I can't.
But you just said you cheered for an
I
Alabama.
well, I cheered for them. It doesn't mean I want them to win.
right.
I found myself cheering for them. It's different. It's very different.
If we flip over to the women's side of the standings,
Talk about parity. Holy.
my
talk
God, so
about
fun.
parity.
So fun.
Auburn's kind of been sitting there at 1. In the women's side, it's just going all
over the place. Yep.
And when the dust settled after a wicked weekend, there's Texas.
Telling you what, I'm loving
No one's
life
talking
as a
about-
Horn fan
Nobody's
right now.
talking about Texas. And did you all watch that Notre Dame NC State
Yeah.
game?
Oh my.
Yeah.
You were playing ball.
I
though,
was
too.
playing ball. Yeah, I didn't get to watch it.
Yep.
Holy crap!
Oh my gosh.
It came up on my ESPN alert though, and I mean,
Holy crap!
yeah.
Double overtime.
Double overtime, and when Citron hit the three-pointer to force
That was
overtime,
nasty. That was nasty.
that's when Notre Dame should have put them away. When it got to the second overtime, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, another coach that's been around forever, NC State. Don't fall asleep on them.
I was so frustrated with Hidalgo though.
Thank you. I
She was
wanted
just
you to
hold-
say it before
She
I
was
did.
just holding the ball way too long.
Yep.
I was like, what are you
Or
doing?
trying to make too much happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
Like,
giving it up.
No.
Yep. I was so glad
what?
Citron got that last.
Me too. I like Citron a lot.
Sonia Citron, you are the most underrated
Yep.
player in
Yep.
women's basketball right now.
Yeah, I missed that whole game.
She'll go- yeah.
Unfortunately.
She'll go high.
Don't you think she's so undervalued,
Yeah.
underrated
Yeah.
though?
She's gonna be one of those key she's just gonna be a key role
She'll be like a Kate
there's-
Martin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there,
Yes.
besides
She's built like Kate Martin too.
besides like
game.
Beckers, it's just gonna be a lot of like key like role players.
Yeah.
Like great role players in this draft.
Yes.
Is how I kind of
Yes,
describe it.
exactly. But I just that game was one for the ages.
Oh my gosh.
And then
the player who did the around the back?
yes, who did that? Who did that? It was fabulous.
It was so smooth, and it wasn't even flashy. It was just the right basketball
Yeah.
move. Oh,
But the other
so
thing
good.
was when they didn't put it away, Notre Dame, and they were
Yeah.
the number 1 seed for like a week and a half.
Yep.
I don't think they were ready to handle that. But Hidalgo and Miles went into the overtime with 4 fouls.
Yep.
So they're not playing. And Hidalgo's a good defender. I'll give her that. She
Yeah.
tried to do way too much, though.
Yes.
Sometimes Miles does, too. And they've got a big, and they've got Citron. It just
Yep.
realize you don't have to carry the team
Right.
because it's a very good team. So the latest standings have Texas, UCLA, And that game is this Saturday, the rematch with USC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be a good game.
I cannot wait.
Because UCLA barely beat Iowa. Iowa should have won that game.
I love
Because
Iowa.
the calls were bullshit.
Yeah, Iowa
Yes,
should
they were.
have won that game.
Yes.
Yep.
Bullshit
Iowa should have won
calls.
that game.
Yes.
Absolutely. 100%. So USC beat UCLA, right?
Yes.
That was the only
Yes.
loss so far.
Yes.
UCLA's just getting by.
They are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they struggled mightily with Betts out. Obviously, a completely different team when she's back there.
Yeah.
And USC just keeps holding on to 4. Some nights they look like world beaters.
Yep.
Other nights I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't get a vibe for them. UConn was my preseason pick, and I'm not wavering. I'm not wavering
UConn
at all.
kicked South Carolina's ass.
They did.
I'm not
I mean,
wavering.
it wasn't a game at all.
But then you see other games when you're
Right.
like, what the hell is like their passing is just way off. I'm like,
that
what
was
is
the
going
best game UConn has
Yes.
played
Yep.
in
Well, you gotta
years.
play
Top
like
to
that
bottom.
all the
Top to-
time.
on?
in
To
years.
bottom, yep. 100%.
Like they all played great. Like Paige
Yeah.
didn't even have to score. Like,
What, they win by 30?
yeah.
I was
So,
like, oh.
I mean,
my
Dawn Staley's facial expressions. I just
Can I
love
just say
her.
one
Yeah.
thing about South Carolina? I'm going to say 3 names, and I hope I can remember them because I'm obviously brain fogging names tonight. Asia Wilson, Aaliyah Boston,
Yep.
and Cardoso. And
The
now
bigs.
now you tell me who the big is on
Right.
South Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not the same team, and I'm not going to discount
Yeah.
them. I will never discount Dawn Staley.
No. No, never. She's amazing.
And when Watkins went out with the ACL
Yeah.
injury,
Yeah.
because that's your other stretch
Sort
big,
of,
not
yeah.
really big, but rugged.
Yeah.
She's rugged. So that's a team
And
that's
we were just saying, what's her face? Her stock is tanking.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, words.
Yeah, see, it's brain
Oh
fog
my
of
gosh.
names right
I'm
now.
so tired.
Mine's antibiotic.
Pow Pow?
No, the. Oh my
And
gosh.
Pow Pow can't carry that team.
No, it's not Pow.
Is it on South Carolina?
Kitts needs to play really,
Yeah.
really well.
Hey, Joe.
I know who you're thinking of, but I can't come up with a name. I
Oh
can't.
my gosh.
So while you think of that, so
have
UConn's at 5, South Carolina 6. I hate saying this, but you can't fall asleep on LSU.
I hate that.
But let me give you my
I
real.
literally can't with them.
Let me give you 4 teams that I've now watched, all 4 of them, and I love how they're playing right now. North Carolina, and they're ranked 8th, the Tar Heels. NC State, obviously, we just talked about against Notre Dame. TCU is not just Haley Van Lith.
No, they are not.
And Tennessee is the sleeper team.
You are loving on Tennessee.
I am loving.
I'm loving
that
on
new
Kelly Caldwell. so-
Caldwell because we've now gone through. She's the 3rd coach.
Yep.
Since Pat. They found and don't. That's a good team.
Yes.
Spearman and company. That's a really, really good team.
And she is a very good coach.
Oh, she's solid. She is solid. Do not fall asleep on TCU though either, because, and the other team, and it broke my heart that they lost to LSU, is Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because Coach Kenny Brooks left Virginia Tech,
Took some
brought
players.
Georgia along
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
him, and she took over that first half. They
did.
were up by 14, 10 at the half.
Yep.
They should have won.
And I went,
They- yeah.
10 might
Yeah.
not be enough. And I will say, and Kim Mulkey was not animated. She just,
Yes,
and
Wiley.
ESPN Sports Center showed it. She just did this the whole time.
Oh, wow.
The whole
Yeah.
first half. And I'm like, so ESPN was like, so this happened. And it was a lot of Georgia Amore. And then they would go to Kim Mulkey's face, and it was just RBF face. But nothing, no yelling, no nothing. I'm like, is this a new tactic for her? I was so confused by her that game.
Yep.
So confused. But another underrated player is Georgia Amore.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
She has
She's tiny,
2,300 points, 322 career assists. She followed Coach Kenny Brooks there, and when you talk about Gino and Taurasi,
Yeah.
what I watched
It was
those
so
two
cute.
do, the respect. He
Yeah.
talked about what she brings to the game.
Yeah.
There was one point in the first half where she went over, and he's just looking at her, and she's like diagramming something. What just happened? This happened here, screen here. And he's like, what? And she shows it again. He goes, okay. And I thought, what freaking respect
Yeah.
Yeah.
between those
Yeah.
two. And she is another coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised if she's coaching
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah. You think she's going to be okay with her height?
That's going to be the
Yeah.
tough thing.
Because she's what, 5'6"?
Yeah, but God, can she step back?
She is.
She can
can.
frickin' step
Yeah.
back. She
But-
can handle it, and then the step backs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's this kid at Lamoille, Prairie, Evie. She has one of the quickest releases I've seen in Vermont basketball. I watch Georgia and I go, I know you're small, but man, you create. And she just needs a little separation.
Yep.
I'm going to be cheering for her.
Oh,
I really
yeah,
am.
same.
And somebody better draft her. Somebody better
she'll-
freaking
yeah.
draft her.
Jen says, Malaysia full Wiley. Thank you.
Oh, full Wiley.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she's not ready to carry them.
No.
God,
not
no.
at all,
Not
at
even
all.
close.
Her,
But
she
yes,
is
that is it.
like, I watch her and I just see immaturity. That's
Yeah.
all I see.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's why
Honestly.
Dawn
Yeah.
Staley
Doesn't
keeps
play
having
her.
to- yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't keep doing this.
Nope.
So,
But yes, thank you for the name. Joe says Ryan Blaney finished 2 in the Daytona 500. Great games last night.
Joe, we were talking about Jimmy Johnson finishing third. Did
Yeah.
you just join us?
Yes.
We were talking about Jimmy Johnson, and Shaquille O'Neal's designed his car. And when did Jimmy Johnson come out of retirement?
Yeah, right?
And he came in third.
And he also says, I love to watch Kim.
Mulkey.
Do you?
Yeah.
Ew.
But just
You
as-
just got Wheels upset on that one.
and I'm probably gonna piss Wheels off now. But speaking of LSU, you know who's been absolutely like turning shit around?
Don't say it.
Are you
Angel
gonna say-
Reese.
Oh, go ahead.
Listen, I have to give her props. I have to give her props.
Keep your head down. Yeah, go.
I have
You
to
I
should.
give her
can't.
props
I can't.
because Lisa Leslie has been coaching her down in Miami for
Yep.
Unrivaled, and my biggest frustration with her last season was she just chucks up balls.
Yep.
She just chucks
There's
them
no
up.
post move.
There's no post move. There's no.
I mean, she thinks she has a
she's
drop
not even-
step, but she doesn't.
She's not even shooting. She's just
Right.
chucking things up.
Yep.
My biggest frustration with her. But like lately, like the last few games with Lisa Leslie coaching her, like she's been smooth and she's been doing jumpers. She's got a little jump shot now, and then she's been passing the ball because she's playing with Chelsea Gray. So
Yep.
I'm sure Chelsea Gray is like just giving her all of it.
Is there anybody better to coach you than Lisa Leslie?
Right?
To elevate your game.
And then when she finally has like a really strong point guard to be working with her, like because she didn't have a point guard, like who was her point
Right.
guard last year?
What was that one with who's that one with the attitude? Oh, Shanae.
There's
Oh, yes.
There's
Yes.
Scary.
yes.
She was
Kennedy
usually
Carter?
Kennedy Carter, yeah.
Kennedy Carter,
I
who's-
wasn't even close. Who's Shanae?
She was.
who Chicago did not resign.
Right, because
So-
she was suspended more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and her finally having a point guard, like she's just in this like last couple months has
Yeah.
developed far more than she ever did in the first season.
Do you know Vandersloot went back to Chicago?
She did. I saw
Yes,
that.
yes, that's what
I saw
I'm
that.
saying. So what a good veteran presence to have for that young team.
So
Assistant coach,
so
too.
I mean, be on the lookout for
And
Angel.
she's got I think there's a meal named after her at McDonald's now.
There
I don't know. I
is.
keep seeing a commercial.
There is, but like
If she elevates her game, we got to give her props for putting the time in.
it's been Rose beat the Lunar Owls, and the Lunar Owls with
Yep.
Nafisa have been undefeated, and they beat them. And
Are we not going to talk about that she got in a heated argument with her coach?
listen,
And-
I'm not-
Are we not talking about that part?
But those poor coaches, because Stewie was yelling at her coach in a timeout. I'm like,
Yeah.
these poor coaches are getting yelled at all the time. And I don't know half of them anyway.
I don't either.
Me
But
either.
they're giving their time. They're
Yeah.
helping.
Right.
They're working with, and they're getting yelled at more than anything. And I'm like, except for Teaspoon.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't yell at her either.
Nope.
No.
Neither would I.
Joe says congratulations on the win chip,
Thank you.
and then Kathy Thurston is in the house.
Hey,
Hey!
Kathy, I'm so glad you're in the house. God, Kathy Thurston's one of my all-time favorite people. I love her to pieces,
Except during fantasy.
except during family.
Yeah.
I still love her then, but she's always that quiet assassin.
She is,
in
yeah.
fantasy. So I was looking at they were breaking down a region, and then we're going to have some quick whiteboard questions here. They were breaking down the women's region. So in Spokane, I'm just going to give you the top 4.
Okay.
Just let it sink in. And of course it's going to change. But if its season ended, in the Spokane 1 region, UCLA, LSU, Duke, and Tennessee.
Jesus.
Oh,
In
there's
that
another
region?
team. In that region.
Christ.
And Duke's another team. Don't you dare fall asleep on that.
Holy shit.
Spokane 4, Notre Dame 1, USC 2, K-State, Kentucky.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Birmingham 2, South Carolina 1, NC State 2, TCU 3, Oklahoma 4. There's another team don't fall asleep on. I almost think NC State deserves a bigger nod. Anyway, this is why I'm telling you guys it's going to change.
Wow.
Birmingham 3, Texas 1, UConn 2.
I was going to say, holy shit, that's,
North Carolina
wow.
3, and Ohio State 4, another team. That's right.
Wow.
So that was last week, and I'm like, I will just play with that. But UConn should be Birmingham 2 number 1 seed. They really honestly should. But UCLA, LSU, Tennessee, and Duke?
Wow.
Holy crap. And then you put Notre Dame and USC.
Wow.
But USC's so much is going to change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because you look at it and go, I don't think South Carolina gets a 1. I really don't think so. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at that and go, UCLA,
Right?
Notre Dame, USC. But then I can't leave Texas out, and then there's
Right.
UConn.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is going to be so fun. This is just going to be
It's crazy.
so fun. All right, so get your whiteboards out.
Joe says, Shep, when does the girls' playoff start? Next
It'll
week.
start Tuesday.
Yeah.
You'll have the playdowns Tuesday, Wednesdays. The boys' quarterfinals are Friday, one on Saturday. And then the boys are at the odd next week, girls the following week. So with talking about, I said my preseason pick, Duke on the men's side, UConn on the women's side. I'm not wavering from those two.
Okay.
Who are you guys picking on the women's and men's side? With all the parity and everything we talked about
Wow.
tonight, there is, and it could be a sleeper. I still think Iowa State on the men's side has been playing so bad lately, but they could turn it around in a Big 12 tournament. I don't even know if they're in the
Wow.
SEC. But there is so many teams out there.
Oh, this is tough.
This is really tough.
is really tough.
I will name what we were talking about. So we talked about the top. I'll give you the top 10.
Okay.
Auburn, Duke, Florida, Houston, Tennessee, Alabama, St. John's, Michigan State, Iowa State, and Texas Tech. I will stay with Duke, but I got to tell you, I'm still St. John's and Michigan State. Look out! Nobody's gonna want to play them. And like you said, Wheels, Houston just is there.
Yeah.
I know.
They just like are hiding in the weeds.
They are.
Tennessee the same way, and on any given night, Alabama can beat anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
I don't know. That's tough.
I'll just stick with the ones I stuck with.
Oh, man.
Brutal.
Yeah.
And Kathy Thurston, we were
going out
talking
on a limb.
earlier.
And we're choosing the one that wins it all.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
We were talking earlier, Kathy, about Jerry Jones just needs to let his coaches coach. I can't say his GM do his job because isn't he
Right.
the GM?
Yeah.
And the president? He's got to just stay out of the draft room. And also, Kathy, Dak Prescott said that next year is their year to win it. Like the Eagles winning it this year, it's Dallas's turn next year.
Yeah.
Women's, I'll give you the top 10 right now as it stands. Texas, UCLA, Notre Dame, USC, UConn. See right here, UConn's ahead of South Carolina. South Carolina, LSU, North Carolina, NC State.
Ay.
I'm going to throw Tennessee in there too because, yes, you know that they're fun to
Oh my
watch.
gosh.
Texas, UCLA, Notre Dame,
It's
USC.
little-
They're just so all inconsistent.
UConn.
Yes. I was just going to say, it just depends on what
team shows
you
up.
get for that night.
How pissed are we going to be if it's LSU?
Oh my
Pissed.
gosh.
It's
I'm
like
gonna
in the
be-
pit of my belly.
I
I'm
don't
like,
even-
It's like when Alabama makes the football.
Joe says, when does the Final Four start? And then Kathy says, he says that every year.
He does say that every year, Kathy. He just needs to.
Oh my God.
God, I really don't know. Women's is freaking
It's so hard.
crazy.
It's so hard. Because you all, South Carolina hasn't been playing great, but then you also can't doubt
South Carolina, right.
Dawn Staley.
Right.
And,
I mean, if UConn played like they did against South Carolina,
They can
UConn.
but
but
they
then-
knew.
and
Hey, we're playing the back-to-back champs. We're going to show
Right,
them.
right.
Well, you got to play that way
Right.
every night.
Right.
And, it's
And then
not
they
the
played
same
like
South
dog
Carolina
crap against
team, but
what? Wow.
I don't know.
I want to say Texas just because, but damn.
Okay.
Next,
Oh my God, I don't know.
and you can still think about it. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to word this because I don't. Jen
I'm struggling,
Estabile,
CD.
give me who you think the number 3 scorer on USC is. Not named Juju and Kiki. Ariafin. I can't remember who the.
It's Raylene.
Oh, okay.
We're being robbed.
Are you guys good? Can I move on?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
answer later.
Okay. So give me the strongest, because you know how it's always the dynamic duo? I
Yep.
think you need a
3.
solid 3. You got to have 3 scorers. I'm missing one from USC, so we're just going to make one up. So I'm going to list you who I think are the strong 3 from the top teams.
Okay.
I don't have South Carolina in there, so you can yell at me if you want.
They don't have a
So
triple
what
head
3
anyway.
do you believe, and maybe this will help you in your pick,
Yes.
are the strongest 3? UConn with Beckers, Fudd, and Strong.
Ooh.
Right.
Oh, I like Strong a lot.
USC with Juju Kiki, and it's a guard, and I can't come up with her name, but you guys pretty much got the gist of it. LSU
Ugh.
with Johnson, Morrow, and Williams. It's a strong 3, though.
Yeah, I know.
Notre Dame, Miles, Hidalgo, and Citron. Texas with Jones, Harmon, and Booker. UCLA with Jaquez, Rice,
Yep.
and Betts.
That's a good one, too.
So who do you think is the strongest 3?
Jen says Talia Van Olfen.
That's it. Thank you, Jen.
Olfen.
Van Olfen.
Van Olfen.
That's it. Thank you, Jen.
Jen's always got it.
She always has it. So when you look at that and you're looking at the parity, and I'm giving you the big 3, you got to have 3
Oh my
scorers.
lord!
I chose that one.
Beckers, Fudd, Strong, Harmon, Booker, Jones, Jaquez, Rice, Betts for UCLA. Williams, Morrow, and Johnson are good.
Yes.
I mean, we may not want to admit that. Van Olfen, Kiki,
Google
Iriafin, or Juju. Then look at Miles, Hidalgo, and Citron. And Notre Dame's got a big in the middle, too.
Yeah.
O'Grady? Or
Yeah.
am I thinking of Iowa?
That's Iowa.
That's Iowa.
Yeah.
God,
She's
I
been
love
she's been
watching
getting,
Iowa.
I
I
know.
know. What's the
Yeah.
guard?
Don't sleep on
Lacey
Iowa.
Olson is my.
Olsen.
Do
Oh my
not
gosh.
sleep on them.
What's the other guard on Iowa? She
A
came up
Falter.
big. Thank you. She
Falter,
came up
yeah.
big last year. God, are they fun to watch?
Yep.
And then-
Love them.
And then Stolke is just Stolke.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
Yep.
just can't get into foul trouble.
Do you know how much she really irritates me though? Because she's putting forth and then she's like dee-to-dee,
Yeah.
putting forth dee-to-dee, and I'm like, oh my God, girl.
Yeah.
All right. NFL questions.
Okay. Phew, those are easier.
Matthew Stafford, where's he end up? Russell Wilson, where's he end up?
Oh, jeez.
And Sam Darnold, where's he?
Oh,
Wait, I thought we were going easier.
yeah, I know. All
I have
right.
one more now. Oh yes, I know my last
Okay,
one.
so Russell Wilson.
Stafford, Wilson,
Darnold.
and Darnold.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I have no
I'll
no
do this one,
freaking
too.
clue.
I'll do this one too. CP. All right.
We're just
I would. Oh my God.
Wilson, is that what I said?
yeah.
And Jen, tell us where they're going. Okay, I got this one. Whoops, I did it wrong already.
Who the hell
You know-
else needs a quarterback?
Right? Actually, I'm like, who the hell would want Wilson?
Right?
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, the Giants are gonna end up with Wilson.
Oh, I know.
Should I
Kill
put
me.
that?
Kill
Should I
me,
put
kill me
that
now.
because- Should I put that? Because that's probably what's gonna fucking happen. Oh, I'm dropping that bomb.
The last question, as you're doing that, is who's the favorite to win the WNBA title in your eyes going into the season?
Okay, hold on.
Preseason favorite.
Okay, so
yep.
this is Stafford.
I got that
Wilson
one.
is probably going here. Yippee skippy. Raiders. Though I don't think
Damn
that.
it. Jen agrees with us and says the Wilson's going to the Giants.
I had that.
Why do we
Jen.
suck?
Why do we suck?
She doesn't know where Darnold's going.
Okay. All right. So, number one question. Who do you think's going to win at this point? And there's so much parity. I'm sticking with Duke on the men's side.
Yep.
Who you going with?
Houston.
Houston, I like
went,
it.
I went with Houston too.
Yeah,
Two Houstons.
went
I
with
can't because I
Houston.
can't pick Duke because I just can't write that down.
Okay, you guys both went with Houston.
And
I
I'm
gotta
like-
keep track of that.
I mean, Auburn's good. I don't know. They're just,
Auburn, somebody's going to be Auburn.
Yeah, they're not impressed. They haven't impressed me, I guess.
Who'd you pick on the women's side?
I did. I did USC.
I did Notre Dame.
Oh, okay, and I'm staying with UConn.
It was so hard.
It was so hard
that was
Let's
so much
see.
harder.
because any given day, any of those teams
Have
can
they
win.
all beaten each other? I feel like.
Right. Like,
Yep.
I like that. Notre Dame.
I mean, I want UConn or
Notre
Texas,
Dame.
but
USC, and I'm going to stay with UConn. Okay. of the big three, because
Ironically.
you need more than 2 scorers on a team, what 3 impresses you the most that can carry their team to a title? I won't read them all again. I'll just ask you.
Ironically, I went with UConn.
So did I.
That is hilarious. Me too.
Because.
Me too.
Oh my God.
But I mean, but again, they have to play like they're
Together.
capable of playing.
They have to play together.
Yeah, like Fudd finally
Yeah.
is playing like.
Here's the other
Oh my
thing.
gosh. She's been going all.
I mean, we all know Sarah Strong's a freshman, but when is the last time Beckers and Fudd were both healthy?
Right.
Not on the court, but healthy
Right.
on the
Together.
court.
Right.
They got to stay healthy, but that's a great 3.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And then you have, the other parts
Yep.
around them.
For sure.
I will say, don't fall asleep. I love the guard duo
Yeah.
of Harmon and Booker at
They are
Front
good.
Texas.
Yeah.
They
They are.
really do.
Yep.
And Dick Schaefer, another old school coach. Holy crap. All right, and I lost my things already. Oh, that was the quarterback question next.
Yeah.
Quarterback is next.
So.
Darnold? I went Raiders.
Oh, I
As did I.
I didn't put anything for him because I had no idea.
Stafford?
Stays.
Rams.
Which Joe also says, Jen and Joe says that Stafford stays.
Stays.
Yep.
Russell Wilson.
Joe said Wilson to the Raiders, and
That's the other one.
Jen said
Yeah.
Wilson to the Giants.
I think he's going to
I
the
said
Giants.
Wilson to the Giants.
I think he's going to the Giants.
I think his wife wants to be in the big city of New York, too.
Yay.
Okay, so we pretty much agreed there, but I agree that it could flip Wilson to the Raiders, but I just don't think Pete Carroll wants to. He's the one that kind of shipped Wilson out.
Right.
Yep.
So I think it would be Darnold. So many mock drafts have Shedeur Sanders falling to the Raiders, too.
I think he would be great
Yes.
for the Raiders
The
in
one-
Vegas.
Yeah.
I think he would be great.
I didn't put out there, and I keep hearing a lot about, is Kirk Cousins. And the 2 places I'm hearing are the Jets or the Browns.
Wow.
I don't know who to feel-
Retire.
I don't know-
Retire.
I don't know who to feel. Oh my gosh.
And those 2 teams would basically be paying him what the Steelers paid Wilson, like
Right.
$1 million, because Atlanta's on the
Right,
hook
yeah.
for so much of it. So you're not paying him anything.
just sit it out.
Right.
I'm like,
Just
poor
retire.
Kirk Cousins.
Just retire. Don't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the last question, who is your, we got all the unrivaled fun stuff. You're watching all these players. Who's your preseason pick to win it all in
We're going to have the same answer.
We all
we?
3 are.
The Lynx.
The Lynx.
Lynx.
I know everyone thought I was going to say the Fever.
No, I knew
but
you would go
no.
Lynx,
But I feel like the Fever's going to be a top 4 team.
I agree.
They're going to be a top 4 team.
Yes,
I
they
have
are.
the Fever at 2.
I do too.
And I have Liberty still there.
Yep.
Yep.
But I don't know what's Atlanta going to look
Right.
like. What's Phoenix going to look like? What's Seattle going to
Phoenix
look like?
doesn't have a bench though.
And
They have all brand new players. They have great players, but they have no bench.
Yeah.
And they haven't played together.
the Aces concern me because they have no bench.
They got
now.
worse.
They
Yeah.
got worse in
They
the
got worse.
offseason. They probably
I mean,
are the
yeah.
number 1 team that got worse.
Well,
I love
Connecticut.
Asia. I love,
then-
in Connecticut.
Yep,
Yeah,
yeah,
very
Connecticut.
good point.
Yeah.
And then
Very good point. We're used to them being up
Yeah.
there.
And Becky refuses to play anyone on her bench or develop
and that's
anyone on
gonna-
her bench.
Who's the one you sent me? That
Kitley? Kitley?
Yes,
Kitley.
that's coming back from the
I'm
ACL.
so pumped for her.
That's the one thing
Because-
that could help the
Because
Aces
having
from
someone to
Virginia
help
Tech.
out Asia.
Oh,
And
yes.
I forgot about her going through the ACL.
Yep.
And then
Right.
as soon as you sent me that, I went, oh, that's right. They drafted
Yep.
her
That-
and
I
Kay
totally
Martin.
forgot about
She
that.
was like the last pick in the
And
draft.
she's
I think.
solid.
She is.
had a fabulous college career. It was so awful that she blew her ACL
Yeah.
right before the tournament.
Yep.
But that's the one thing that could help
Yep.
the Aces. But
I don't
know.
Friggin' Nafisa and Courtney and they're Michaela McBride. They are on a vengeance
pissed.
tour.
I wouldn't
They're
wanna
on a
mess with them.
vengeance tour.
You look at Collier, and I'm like, I always say to kids, play with a chip on your shoulder. Don't be a jerk, but you got to have that confidence chip.
Yeah.
Oh, she
and you
has
got to
it.
have that
Oh,
driven
yeah.
chip.
She has
and
it.
watching her in the one-on-one, I'm like, man, that girl is so pissed off right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
and I don't blame her.
No, I don't either.
I don't blame her one, and I love McBride too. I
Oh
really
my
do.
gosh, she's been dropping like 30 points every single game. She's
so
got
fun.
she's got a quick shot.
But I will say this: the Fever and
They're
Coach
gonna be-
White are right there.
Oh my gosh, I'm probably most excited to see how they play.
Yep.
I cannot wait.
I would give anything for that to be the final.
And
Right?
Give anything.
Oh yeah, and
Aces.
Oh my God, it will be the most watched final.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But who is going to be that sleeper team? I have no idea
And
right
now,
now.
and
I have
now
no
it's
idea.
going to be like that they changed the format of the playoff games
Yeah.
for home and away.
I'm interested
that'll
to
be
see
good.
what Phoenix looks like because there's a lot of
Yeah.
moving parts. And now you
They
got
got Satu, right?
DT retired, and thank God Griner's out
Thank
of there.
God.
It's really hard for me to watch Griner and Unrivaled, I'm not going to lie.
Oh my gosh.
She's painful.
I'm like, she doesn't grab anything. When
She doesn't
she's-
do
she
anything.
does-
Doesn't do anything.
but when
She's the biggest waste of
when she's
space.
when she's rebounding, she just slaps the ball
Yep.
right to like
Yep.
the other
Yep.
team. I'm like, just grab it.
And she's on
like-
Atlanta now, right?
Yeah.
Atlanta
She's
Dream.
on Atlanta, which I feel
Ryan Howard is a hell of a player.
love
Just get
Ryan-
the ball in Howard's hand.
I love Ryan Howard
Me
and
too.
Alicia Gray.
Yes,
Two of my favorite
yes.
players.
And now you
and-
got to stick Griner
Yeah.
clogging up the paint.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
luck with
That
that.
worries me.
Me too.
That really worries me.
Joe says Rogers going to retire, hopefully. And
Yeah,
he
where's
also
Rogers
says-
going?
Yeah.
Rogers.
He also says go Fever.
You know what's going to happen? And I'm going to be pissed. Is if Rogers ends up in Pittsburgh, I'm like, Pittsburgh, quickly sign Justin Fields.
Yeah,
Quickly sign
I
Justin
know.
Fields.
Yeah.
I have no idea
They
where
would be
Rogers could go.
stupid
know.
not to sign
Mike Tomlin
Fields.
will not put up with
How are they going to work?
the drama
Yeah.
queen of Aaron Rodgers. There's no way.
Where does he land?
He's just got to retire.
I think he's going to retire.
he's gonna retire?
Yep. No, because I don't think no one's going to want him.
Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
want him.
No.
I mean, just
Because he doesn't even have the talent back up being
Right,
to like
right.
tolerate being an asshole.
Right.
so we got the combine this week into the weekend. Free agency starts March 10th, I think. Draft at the end of April. Really football never ends.
Never.
No.
And then we just start talking about fantasy football.
Yeah.
So it just never ends.
Baseball starts.
Baseball starts. God, Mets are being too hyped now.
Yeah, they are.
And now they're down 2 pitchers. Linea's hurt too. What's his name? Frankie's already been hurt. Monta.
Well, I mean, yes,
Yeah.
it's Montez.
Why did they sign
It's
him?
Montez. He's always
And now
injured.
Manea's hurt. I can't remember what the injury is. Lat? I don't know. I don't
But
know. I
they
don't want
didn't
to say
really
'cause I
make
don't know.
any other big moves.
Nope.
They made.
No.
They got Juan Soto. That's it.
That's
So what
it.
are they going to do? Try to put up 10 or 12 runs every night?
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be.
Their bullpen's not bad, but you
gonna
still
be-
got to get to your bullpen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the freaking Dodgers, and I'm just gonna be freaking pissed.
Yeah.
Oh my
Joe
God, they have
says-
so many pitchers.
Oh my gosh.
And you know the Mets
Share-
do have a
share
farm
some agents
system.
With the rest of this, with
They have
the
a
rest.
good farm system,
Yeah.
but if they trade for Dylan Cease or King, you're giving up a lot
Yeah.
for maybe 1 year. So that kind of makes my belly turn in the
Yeah.
wrong direction. So I don't know.
Joe says Brittany Griner needs to step away from 3-on-3. I agree.
She needs to step away from basketball.
Basketball in
She
general.
does. I mean, big bodies, they get worn down.
Yep.
Yeah, they sure do. So that's a wrap. God, I've missed chatting with all of you.
Right?
That was a lot of fun. Good to bring back Whiteboard
Love
Wednesday.
Whiteboard
Yes.
Wednesday.
Honest to God, get out and support high school sports. Again, girls hockey, boys hockey, and girls basketball wrapping up this week. Quarterfinal for boys basketball Friday, Saturday. Boys are at the odds starting Monday.
Can't wait.
Get out. It's
Can't
the best
wait.
time of year. Have a great rest of the week. Enjoying all sports all day, every day.
Joe, that would be really interesting. Anyways, bye.